Well, hey there folks, and welcome back once again to the Hop House. It's Eddie here. It's time for another beer review, another virgin beer review. Going through these virgin beer reviews recently. What it is my beer stash down there is really quite busy, quite full, and I'm just trying to get down. Well, I'm trying to get some of the older beers that I haven't reviewed yet out of the way. But I tend to do if you know about this channel, I tend to do them in batches. So I'll decide, right, today I'm going to review 3 or 4 of this type of beer, or a couple of these, and so I'll pick the oldest ones out that I've had the longest, and then I might mix them up with some others that I've maybe picked up a bit more recently. If you just found us here though on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, share, subscribe to this channel. It's the Hop House, with that hoppy beer, like good house music. We're also over on Facebook as well, so go give us a like on Facebook. I need to start putting things into playlists, and then it'll get it shared on Facebook and be a bit more organised when I get round to it. I'm not a very organised person. Right, carrying on today then, we're doing some sour beers. I just want to apologise if you hear my boiler in the background. It is whirring every now and again because I've got the heating on to help dry the clothes on areas and stuff, so my apologies if you hear that in the background. Right, sour beer time. Sour beer number 2. This is probably the one that I'm maybe a little, I don't want to say scared of, but I'm a little bit dubious. Dubious is the word, dubious about. Because this is another sub-style of sour beer that I've never ever had this before. I'll show you what we're going to review, shall I? Okay, so from Magic Rock. I keep calling them Northern Rock. Northern Rock was a bank that went bust in Newcastle. From Magic Rock Brewing in Huddersfield, Yorkshire brewer. This is their Salty Kiss, and it is a Gooseberry Gose, G-O-S-E. It's pronounced Gose. It's another, like there's a Berliner Weisse, this is another German style of sour beer. It's supposed to be made from what they call the Gose region, the Gose style, and it's sour and also salty, hence it's called a Salty Kiss. So I don't know how I feel about salty beer. It just doesn't sit right in my head that, like, this ain't going to be good. You don't make your beer salty. Just like you don't make your beer too sweet, I don't think. But it's gooseberry. I like gooseberry. Gooseberry are found in some of the New Zealand hopped beers. More recently, cask stuff I've had. I had fantastic beer at my local Wetherspoons from Slater's Ales in Stafford called, what was it called? Nelson Sauvignon. And it was like Nelson Sauvin, but also sort of making it out like Sauvignon Blanc, but it was real gooseberry based, gooseberry and grapey, and it was really quite tart, but hoppy at the same time. Anyway, that's that beer. That's this. Let's get it out into the glass. I'm going to use a little Diddy Seven Brothers glass for this. I know it's only a half pinter, so I ain't going to fit the whole can in, but you know, I like to mix and match with the glassware. Oh, there's a bit of CO2 release on the opening. Right then, beer in the glass. I didn't have a clue what it's going to look like, but it does look like it's like a cider. That. There's a lot of light bleeding through at the bottom when I hold it up to the natural light, but it's quite pale cider, cloudy cider sort of colour, and there's some carbonation there going up, bubbles up to a bit of a foamy white head. Again, this could be pursued as well as a cider, or as a sort of golden, cloudy golden ale. Nah, it looks more ciderish. It looks like a cloudy cider to me. It looks like a cider. Oh, it's hissing and fizzing. Now, just like the last beer. Oh, ABV on this one. Sorry, I've not said that about. This is 4.1%. There you go, ABV. Magic Rock. I've only done a couple of Magic Rock beers. I've got another one down there that's a beastie 7%er. I'm a little bit scared because the ABV scares me. But this is the first sour I've had from them. Their Salty Kiss. I knew it was salty something. Right, I'm going to go for the aroma then. So we're going to stick that in there. We're going to give it a whiff, see what we can sniff. Again, that soda pop gun smell that I tend to get with sour beers. That's my boiler. Do apologise. I'm not getting any gooseberry. I'm getting a bit of sourness, but I wouldn't say it's gooseberry. And then I'm getting the soda pop gun thing. So when I say soda pop gun, I'm talking about, you know, I mentioned it on other beer reviews for sour beers, but if you're just watching this for the first time as a one-off, if you go to like, I don't know about the branded ones, but I'm just thinking of, I used to go to a working men's club back in day when I was a lad, and my mum used to get me the cheap pop, you know, they used to have the cheap soda pop guns with the Coca-Cola and lemonade, but it wasn't Coca-Cola or Pepsi, it was like, I don't know, roller cola, if you want to call it that. And then when the syrup went, it just tasted like, but that smell, you could smell it was almost like soda watery, soda pop gunny smell. That's purely what I'm getting from this. I'm not getting anything else. A bit of tartness, but it's not specifically gooseberry, it's just some tart. That's probably the souring of the beer. Now again, sour beers, they do something to the brewing process to turn the beer, to make it like it used to be. All beers used to taste like this back in the day, before you could cellar control your beer, before you could temperature control it, before there were fridges and cellars and this like that. Beers used to turn and go a bit sour like this. Probably same as if you left milk without a fridge, it'd turn and go sour and things like that. But they're doing this on purpose to give it the flavour, but it's not going to harm you in any way. I know it sounds a bit weird to make beer smell and taste like it's off, but it's a style of beer. But this is a Gose, so it's also going to be salty. Wish me luck. I'm going in there, bottoms up down the hatch. Oh. Oh. Almost tastes like you're drinking like a wine. It's got, maybe it's the gooseberry in it. Well, no, wine's more grape, isn't it? But it's still going. And now I'm getting that little bit of still water at the end, like I got off the end of the back of the last beer we just did. That's very different. Now I'm getting the gooseberry in the smell. Now it's coming through. Mmm. God, how the hell do I explain that? There's definite gooseberry sourness there, and there is salted. It's almost like, it's the kind of salt you get in a salted caramel type thing. There's no caramel in it, but you know what I mean, where you've got the sweetness, but then the salted comes in really to sort of bombard it and match it, and they're going against each other. And now the flavour's finally gone. It lingers in your mouth for ages. And it's quite gassy. Excuse me for that burp, that was disgusting. That's another thing I've found about sour beers is, maybe it's like similar to having like a bicarb soda. Maybe this soda, it smells like a soda pop gun, it's sort of like a bicarb soda. Is that what turns the beer? I don't know, I'm not a brewer, I don't work in the industry. But it's quite good if you've got indigestion, because it burps up whatever you've got on the top of your stomach. Bizarrely, I like it. I do, I like it because it's different. I'm just trying to explain, how the hell do I explain that on camera? Christ. So yeah, you're getting the gooseberry element. The saltiness, the tartness of the gooseberry is actually going down the middle of the tongue. The saltiness is going down the side. Usually the hops go down the side and the sweet goes down the middle, but there's not really much sweet with this beer. So the tartness, the gooseberry, it does taste like a wine in that, like a Sauvignon Blanc kind of wine, where it's quite fruity, tart and dry, but then this saltiness comes down the side of the tongue, but then it's sort of just, the flavours go from side to side in your mouth, like a bit over here and then a bit over there, a bit over here, and then finally it fades and you're left with that, feels like you've got a bit of still water in your mouth right at the back end. I hope that makes sense. Doesn't even make sense to me. It's baffling. It's very different. It's bizarre. That's my first ever Gose, and granted it's from a supermarket, so is it going to be the best Gose you're ever going to get? I quite like Magic Rock Brewing. It's Magic Rock, isn't it? I didn't call Northern Rock again. That's good. I think I called them Northern Rock in my previous beer review again. I'm sorry, Northern Rock. Magic Rock. I used to work in a bank and we used to deal with Northern Rock, so it's just something I'm used to saying from years ago. Right, Magic Rock Brewing, Salty Kiss, 4.1% Gooseberry Gose. Lightly sour, fruity and refreshing. Now, right, bit of lace division. You can't really do it that well in this glass. But there you go. It laces nicely. It's got a little bit of a head on it. It's cloudy. It looks like a cloudy cider. White head. Smells like a gone off soda pop gun with a little bit of tartness. Still going round side to side, side to side, side to side, side to side. It's lingering. Still lingering. And there's that water bit at the end. Wow. Whew. That's really good. I'm quite impressed with that. I've never had anything in my mouth like that, but beer wise, you know what I mean. It's remarkably unique. It's remarkably different. I'm saying a lot, and I think I do say a lot to try and fill in gaps on my videos, so apologies for that. I apologise for not being able to describe what I'm drinking. I apologise for my boiler in the background. I'm just apologising for everything today. That's really good. It's so different. I really like that. Right, does it give us any more information on the back of the can? Find more magic, magicrockbrewing.com. Brewed and canned in the UK, brewed with gooseberry and sea buckthorn. Is that the salt, maybe? Contains barley and wheat. 4.1%, 1.4 units. 330ml can. This was in Morrisons. That's where I got this. I've not even told you that yet. This is available in Morrisons, part of their core range, part of their 4 for £6 in the 330ml cans. Again, apologies for the burp, but it's really bringing up whatever the hell I've got on my chest. Oh, I went for a run this morning as well, and I did feel a bit, when I came back from the run, I thought, I've got a tiny bit of indigestion, not too much. This is sorting out. Salty Kiss. Oh. It's a plethora of flavours. It is. There's a lot going on in that beer. But to me, I wouldn't describe that as beer. I'd describe it as like a salty Sauvignon Blanc dry white wine. Very, very, very different. But you know what? Variety is the spice of life. And considering the majority of shit I do on this channel, pardon the French, is IPA. A hell of a lot of IPA, New England IPA and all that stuff. It's nice to try different styles. Rating wise, I'll quite happily get that again. So it's definitely getting a thumbs up. Would I rush out to, you know what, I'd give that 2 thumbs up. I'm not going to chuck a foot in the air, not that I physically can, look at the size of me. But I'm not going to get all acrobatic and add a 3rd limb. But it's getting 2 thumbs up from me. Do you know what, next time I'm in Morrisons, well, once I've got rid of quite a lot of my stash, but I'm getting the 4 for £6, I'll pick up a can of that. I really will, because it's different and I really like it. The Gose, Salty Kiss. It's how it reacts in your mouth. It's really bizarre. I love it. Like, share, subscribe. I'm going to enjoy the rest of that. I've still got some more sours to do. Just crack on. Ciao for now, people. Ta-ra.